Hey, it's such a beautiful evening here where I am at. A beautiful evening. I'm telling you, the breeze, the weather, the temperature is almost like just the kind of temperature that you'd want to have. It's not cold, it's not windy, it's a beautiful weather. It's a beautiful evening. So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are at. And I'm not going to take a lot of your time. Been on the series in our parental guide series. Uh, I've been talking about child abuse in the hands of the parents, own parents, biological parents per se. Okay, and you see, we don't realize as parents that we abuse our own children, or even children don't realize that they're being abused by their own parents. And so many children have carried the effects of abuse into their adulthood, and that's why we see many things happening, especially in marriages, because that's where traumas are reflected. When in your adulthood is when your childhood traumas are reflected in. And some of the traits in the negativity that we see in marriages are of a result of the abuse that when they went through, that we went through in the hands of our own parents, or and we continue being in those marriages with those traumas and with the effects of the abuse, and we carry the traits forward, because we do not know any other way of doing it. It was done to us, and we do it to our children because we do not know that it was wrong, and we did not know that it was wrong. We don't know that it was an abuse, and we didn't know that it was an abuse even then. And so we continue to do the same and carry forward the same things, and unfortunately you find that in families they say that is our thing, in this family that is how it is. And it's unfortunate. It's something that is negative, it is something that is not right, it's something that is not acceptable, but it continues in the name of, in this family, that is how we do things. Okay, and so there are several traits of abuse and several ways in which we abuse our own children without realizing that we are abusing them, or several ways in which we were abused and we did not realize that we were abused. Okay, and so we go through these abuses and we continue with them, and even to abuse our own children. And it's unfortunate that it is what it is. But in the 21st century, and with the generation that we have, I think we are doing well by trying to correct the things that we did wrong, that were done wrong. And I'm just here to mention a few, because we're continuing with this series of parental abuse. We call it PCV, and many haven't been reported. Many are reported, and it's like that's that child. There are parents that abuse their children physically, okay, by beating, corporal punishment, and some do it extensively, that it becomes very dangerous, you understand. And children have been abused, and children have been hurt, children have been hospitalized because they were beaten by their own parents. And when it's taken legally, personally I know, and I've been there, where we try even to report a parent abusing their own children in a bad way, because this parent also might be, or maybe could be going through something and they need help. But the authorities will just go like, what are we supposed to do? Because the people in the authorities as well went through the same and were abused, and so they feel like beating a child is normal. And so many times I get those of, these children also do not hear, and when they grow up they feel like they've grown up, and when they're growing up they work with bad friends and they feel like it is their right to, and so it is justified abuse, physical abuse, that is the one we are talking about today, it is justified. It is justified. That is the corporal punishment, the beating, the spanking, the caning, whichever way you want to call it. So some are caned, some are hit on the wall, some are even, some parents go to an extent of, let's say a child takes something that they were not supposed to take. For example, money. This boy picks some money and they're beaten. They're taught not to steal in a very, very hard way. The hard way, okay? Some have been burnt, their hands have been burnt. Some have bruises, some have... and what we don't realize that these things affect the children. Apart from being... They grow from physical to mental. And there are children that are struggling with mental health. Parents don't know, they don't even pay attention to realize that my child, my son or my daughter is not normal. And it is because, some cases, it's because of the punishment, the kind of punishment. Then we have the verbal abuse. Children are called names, children are screamed at, children are told words that are not right. All the times you hear that, and words have power. We always say that words have power. And so these children grow up knowing that, me, I used to be called a loser. My mom knows I'm a loser. My dad knows I'm a loser. Or maybe this child takes something and then you say, you thief, you're a thief, and all the times you say that, and children are abused, and they grow up, some of them grow up to be thieves, or name calling. Parents call children names that later on manifest, become true, okay? And so the physical part is the verbal, the beating, and also the sexual abuse that is on the physical body. And so children have been abused sexually too by their own parents. Yeah, fathers have abused their own children. Mostly the fathers. I have seen several cases. Mothers, I don't know, because what a mother would do to a boy may not go out there publicly, but perhaps they're there. But the boys, but boys and girls being abused by their fathers, that's there. And just it's so sad that, as I said before, it's the same thing. Most of them are reported. The cases are followed up, and then in most cases they say this is a family issue and it should be solved by family and with the family. And many times these cases go nowhere. They end up going nowhere. These children end up running away from home. No wonder you see so many street boys and street girls, and they don't want to go back home, and they don't know where they came from. Perhaps they know, but they don't want to talk about it, and they just say, I can't remember, because they went through something in the hands of people that they trusted most and they thought cared for them most, and they knew even if they said, nobody would listen and nobody would understand. And so there's so many children that go through abuse, and that's the sexual abuse part. So many children are abused by their parents sexually. They don't say it. Many don't say it. A few say, but a very few cases are handled well and end up well. But most cases are left for family to decide, and it's very unfortunate. We are continuing with this series, and so continue following us up. Subscribe for notices, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and check on it. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment, a suggestion, or a question. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.